She's performed, folks, with some of country music's finest, including George Jones and John Michael Montgomery. Now, however, Kentucky native Cheryl Lynn Kennedy is making some music noise of her own in the industry with her debut album, Blue. She joins us now with more. We're delighted to have Cheryl. Cheryl, welcome. Good to see you. I know this is exciting times. Well, the album's literally brand new, right?
It's hot off the press. And I'm here first.
Well, we are honored. When did you start singing?
Well, the first story is that I was 5 years old and got kicked out of my church choir because I sang so loudly that they decided I would be better suited to solos. About 2 years later, I was singing in Gold LeMay in my small hometown for our homecoming. We have a really, just a fantastic small hometown in London, Kentucky, and they always supported me, gave me lots of opportunities.
I know your mother's a great supporter. Did you get the music love from her?
She's a great supporter, not a great singer.
That
Nobody
happens.
knows where it came from.
But tell us now with this album, did you want to do this for quite a while?
You know, I come from a big family of dreamers. That's the bottom line. We live really large and live out loud, and this is just something that I really enjoy doing. I said I've been a psychologist before. I loved it. It was great, but this music is just something that is in me that I need to do, and I'm fortunate that I come from a family that really supports it.
Right. Where did you come up with the title Blue?
You know, it was a crazy little story. I have a son named Blue to begin with, but secondly, I was at this really cool thing called Tin Pan South in Nashville, Tennessee, where the songwriters get together, and I heard this really cool songwriter sing that song one night, and I thought, this is going to happen.
Are there any singers that have inspired you, Cheryl? I mean, once you say, gosh, I love her style, her voice, and you thought, you know what, that's something I want to do?
Well, I think the pinnacle is probably Dolly Parton. I live in Knoxville, Tennessee now, and just to know, not just that she's such a phenomenal performer, but all that she does for the community. My children receive a book every month from her through Imagination Library, and it's just a great way to give back to your community. You know, music is a common bond and for everyone.
It sure is. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about, you know, she's a former Miss Kentucky. Wanted to ask you, how that experience, how is it helping you today? And how do we get the album? And what do you see in the next immediate future and down the road?
Sounds great.
We're talking with Cheryl Lynn Kennedy, and we'll be back right after this. And we're back with country music artist Cheryl Lynn Kennedy. We'll tell you where you can get her debut album. First of all, what will people hear on the album?
You know, I grew up listening to blues. My dad just really loved any sort of blues music, loved Aretha Franklin, Motown, so I have a tendency to lean that way, but I really love country music, so it's kind of an infusion of the two things.
Your kids, they're old enough to know what mom's doing. What's been the reaction to them? You
know, it's something that I wanted to do really for them. My husband pursued a dream of his, and when he finished that, turned and looked at me and said, it's your turn, go get him. That's the world that I live in a place where everybody has a really opposable mind.
There you go. For those who are just joining us, we had quite a discussion about the opposable mind earlier. Also talk about you, this lovely woman was a former Miss Kentucky. Boy, that had to be, what an experience. What did you learn about yourself, and why is it beneficial to you today?
Well, I learned to pack light, first of all, and I learned to be able to do that in a hurry. I learned that press is just a way for people to meet you, to enjoy who you are, to get to know you, and so it's better always to be yourself in press than to try to be somebody else. And you know, I just really learned the value of giving back to other people. Yes, I'm chasing my dream, but there are legions behind me making this happen, and it's really as much for them at this point as it is for anyone.
When you say legions, whom are you grateful to have the support of?
Well, for today, I'm grateful for Beth Sweeney, who's a longtime friend of mine, and you all are so lucky to have her.
We are.
She's absolutely the best. Better on the inside than people can even see from the screen.
Perfectly put. Absolutely. And she's having a major change in her life, getting married. Are you going to be part of that wedding? Is that right?
I'm the wedding singer.
Good for you. That will be.
Find me there.
There you go. But again, getting back to as a Miss Kentucky, there were a lot of commitments. What did you learn? Was there ever a time you said, "Dear God, I don't know if I want to do this," or be the representative of the big blue state?
Well, I think it's a nice mantle to carry, but as long as you keep it in perspective, you know, who I am every day is who I am with my family. But it's nice to be able to give that authentic part of myself to someone else. And I think that's the biggest part of it, is just being able to share through my music a little bit of who I am, and hopefully people like good music.
Absolutely. Tomorrow night, you're in Louisville.
Molly Malone's. We're going to do a little impromptu, intimate gathering at Molly Malone's. People like to join us there. You can find other information on the website always about where I'll be.
What's the website?
SherylLynnKennedy.com. Facebook. I need to give a shout out actually to Angela Doan, who won a raffle on Facebook. We've got lots of friends and fans following right now. She's going to get a CD.
And Cheryl Lynn, is it hyphenated?
It is.
It is.
It
okay.
is.
Also talk, where can we get the album?
You can get it on iTunes, on the website. You can follow all of that on the website as well, and you can purchase the CD on the website. There's a link to that through Facebook as well. So any of those places and avenues you can.
Knowing again the marketing, you've got a wealth of experience, Sherilyn. What's critical in these early weeks, the early months of the debut of the album?
Well, what I really hope is that it's a big landslide of people that just love the music and call their radio station because they want to see me accept my CMA award next year. But I just want people to enjoy this music. So if you like it, call your radio station. If you love it, purchase it.
Purchase it. Good advice. Her name again, Sherilyn Kennedy. We wish her the best with Blue. It's